a long, ongoing, certainly a social media campaign regarding the loss or the stolen Avalanche. That's a husky. How did I think CBS is the home of, once was the home of that dog? And then we're going to talk about the fact that Booth and Bishop's closing their doors. And so line 6. Louise, you're on the air.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay today. How are you?
Good. I wanted to call in reference to Avalanche because I've been following this since the beginning, and we do have proof that this dog was in fact obtained illegally and neutered and shipped off to Nova Scotia and has since been in 3 different homes here, and we are hoping beyond all hope that we can get him back to his rightful owners.
What kind of proof do you have?
The police have the proof, as do I and a few other people. We know that he was neutered. We know that we have photo evidence of him with the prime suspect in this matter in her home. We have evidence here from the woman who received him via the suspect in Newfoundland. So it's just... we're waiting for the police to actually do what needs to be done to pursue the suspect in this matter. Why it hasn't been done yet is beyond me. We're hoping beyond all hope, like I said, that we can get this boy home back to his rightful family because, what has been done to him has in fact been animal cruelty. To take a dog from his home, whether you agree with how he was raised or not, it's not even an issue because lots of people raise their animals in different ways, just like children. We don't go snatching them from whoever we please.
What?
And
so the purpose of the call is what? Because if it's a police matter, isn't it exactly that?
Well, we've had a difficult time with trying to get anything done in this case, and I'm kind of at a standstill here in Nova Scotia because as much as I would like to have the police go and obtain this dog from where he is right now, I can't do so without the RNC involving the police here, which, to my knowledge, they haven't done.
What's your relationship to this story?
Actually, I got involved in this story because my parents adopted a Labrador Husky last year. Actually, they've adopted 2 from Labrador through Scott Hudson. And last year, Gallup went missing. And I think he's the most famous Husky now in Nova Scotia. But ever since we got him home, I've made it, a point of trying to help people whose animals have gone missing. So the day that Avalanche went missing, I actually received a message to my inbox asking me to remove his picture, stating that maybe it's better he's not found. So that moment I knew that he was taken.
Well, what's the concerns with how the previous owner had dealt with or raised or housed the dog? What's that about?
Well, I'm not exactly certain because, if there was ever an issue as to a complaint or anything, neglect, whatever with an animal, the proper process is to contact your local authority, to contact the SPCA in some provinces where they do have the authority, and to have the animal checked on. Now, according to some people who have been very adamant online with certain suspicious information or whatever, that this dog may not have been cared for according to the standards of the person who took him. Well, that's not her choice. She has no authority to state what animals are cared for in such a way. The fact is the dog wasn't neutered. That's not a crime. The dog may not have been vaccinated. That's not a crime. So I don't know where people come off thinking that they can actually take animals from the families that love them, that have had them since they were a puppy. And this dog will be 5 years old on June the 17th. And so far, in the last 4 months, he has been in 6 different places in 4 months.
Someone's telling me that the police in Nova Scotia have closed the case. End of story.
No, that is not true. Because the police are waiting for the constable involved in this case in Newfoundland to contact them.
What does that have to do with anything?
What does that have to do? Well, because that's the only way that anything can get done here to go and legally obtain the dog from where the dog is at this moment.
Okay, I'm not so sure I'm following that part of the story. So a cop in Nova Scotia can't do anything in Nova Scotia because a police officer in Newfoundland hasn't done what in particular?
Well, they haven't contacted the authorities in New Minas in order to get them to assist in this. The police actually did get involved at one point because the dog he had escaped a couple of times, and he ended up on the Nova Scotia Lost Dog Network, and he ended up at the Wolfville Animal Hospital. And the dog's picture was put up online. And that's how someone knew that, oh my God, this is Avalanche, let's call and let's, get someone to do something. But the police officer here never actually went in to physically look at the dog and just released the dog back to the lady who had received him on March the 2nd.
Are you the person or part of a group that has identified, as you put, the suspect and accused this person straight up of stealing the dog?
Yes, I have.
And you have not faced any penalty or music or a letter from a lawyer or anything on that front?
No, I haven't.
Interesting. Because it's a long way to go, isn't it, to say that you've got all of this proof and you've identified someone by name as having committed some type of crime? Isn't that a long way to go? You're not nervous? You're not nervous about taking that course of action?
No, not given the evidence, no.
The evidence?
Yes.
And what is the evidence?
I've been asked not to state publicly because...
well, no, you can't have it both ways. You can't call me and just vague.
The person's terrified of this woman. So, I don't know what to do. People up there are very intimidated by her. But where I'm in Nova Scotia, I guess I get to be removed from that a little bit and not be in any way physically harmed or have my animals harmed. So, I just... someone else can call in if they want. The person... we have text messages. We have photos from...
Where'd you get the text messages?
From someone involved in this who has come forward as a witness and wants to remain anonymous. That's all that I can say on that.
I'm going to follow up with the RNC, see if they've got any intention on going any further with this. I always think it's risky business when we do this. Everyday citizen accusing people by name of committing crimes, and this vague collection of evidence that says who knows what about who knows when. It's just a very confusing story, and I've got a funny feeling there's a lot more to it than I've understood so far today. But if someone did something wrong, committed a crime, I hope they pay the price for it. That much I can say. And it's a curious story because I know I was well aware of the Avalanche story. It was social media. I was bombarded with it all the time. And it's odd to know it's made it to these great lengths, but let's see what comes out of it. I will call the RNC and see if I can get an update on this end, but that's about all I can do, I guess.
Well, thank you very much. And we're just trying to get this dog back home to his family.
I understand. Thank you, Louise.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. See what we can figure out.